Should be in the Stormcloaks where all brothers and sisters are dying now. What's wrong with that? This can't be happening. This isn't happening. Hey, what village are you from? Why do you care? I know it's last dogs. Please help me. General, tell us the military coming. Looks like they're down for our winter. Wonder if he does still make the heat. When I was a boy, imperial walls and towers. Let's go. Wait. With you. This is a mistake. No, I'm not a rebel. You can't do this. You're not going to kill me. Wait. You there. Step forward. Okay, it's time for the final gauntlet. And you know how I said that this fight versus Marty isn't that hard? Well, to prove how confident I am in those words, I decided to bring in just Kamala in this fight. Because you know what? Kamala's all I need. So this fight was my list to run. And I started the battle by going for a belly rub, and that ran progress to reduce my speed by 2 stages and attack with +6. After that, it's just a matter of alternating moves since I got afflicted by cool then, and we can pretty much just sweep through Marty's entire team. I mean, I said this was going to be easy, right? I foreshadowed it. It was easy. We did it. And so with our first opponent defeated, we have to face off, and I'm pretty confident about this one too. Not wanting to overlevel my Pokemon, which was kind of the biggest reason why I didn't bring a full team. I devised a plan that would only need 2 of my Pokemon, starting with Rakmo and burning this double. The great thing about this matchup is the double can only hit us with second headbutt, which is great since that body plan is super annoying. Now that I've lowered doubles attacking up, I decided to just go out into Flygon to to go back to repair, and I realized we can find it around which is going to be infinitely useful for one of our upcoming fights. And I named it after the sound I made after realizing that I can actually catch this thing. Ooh, I'm looking for something to look for. Never change, Teamy. I'll just never change. Alright, our road to become the champion is put on hold because of bureaucracy, so we have to fight this angry businesswoman who starts out with Frostlass, and I go ahead and lead up the team. The first turn, I get burned by Frostlass, but since I'm a special attacker, I don't really mind, and I set up my focus energy. The bad thing about the burn is that X does way more damage, but I can set up an agility, which means that the next turn I can outspeed into Skull and take it out, and the combination of that focus energy, the ability Sniper, and my skill flips means that I just crit Salazzle and Serena as well. Now, unfortunately, my sweep is kind of destroyed by this Milotic, so I swap out into her. It goes for an Aquamarine, but since I know it can only attack me with Surf, I set up a Leech Seed just to get a bit of passive damage on it. I hang it if I set Surf, and it basically does no damage since we quad resisted, and I can go ahead and set up a Dragon Dance. This means that I'm free to teach this Milotic another lesson in gravity and take it out with my apple. Our Motor is next, and it's likely going to go for G-Max Motor since I'm a grass type. You find that
what should we do? She's not on this.
Forget the fence. She goes to the block.
I'm sorry. We'll make sure that remains in some time. Follow the campus.
So I'm here to help you while you're a hero. The hero doesn't use power. Murder is king for service. You've started it before. One Skyrim in the cave.
You get intimidated here on move, but I can set up the reflect so the play rough doesn't really do that much damage. I then go ahead and set up 2 sword stances before setting up a light stream. This is going to be really important since Rapidash outspeeds us and hits us on the special side of things, but one Ironhead takes out this Maul-Out, the next one takes out the Gardevoir, which can't outspeed us. Then it's time for Rapidash, and I'm hoping we can take this Dazzling Gleam, and we actually live on 8 HP, and I destroy it with an Ironhead. Then we take out Hatterene with another Ironhead, since it only has base 30 speed, and we can finally get back to our regularly scheduled tournament. Who is this guy?
The digital adoption program can help boost your business's bottom line with new strategies and technology, supported by a network of advisors. Benefit from expert advice, meet your customers' needs, and get up to 15,000.
Anyway, next up is Nessa, our first gym leader opponent who starts out with Delicify. So I need this last. So from now on, to get it below half health and send it out with emergency exit, sending in cover and the rain, which obviously gets destroyed in the playing play. Then comes Spirit which has the Ice Fang and actually gets the flinch the first turn, but the next turn it doesn't have to get the +4, and Shadow Claw leaves us at 20 HP. I then go ahead and take out the Delicify with the Thunder Punch, and next up is CK, which gets the exact same treatment. Bye-bye, Fishy. Finally, Dreadnought, but since we have +4 close combat, it isn't exactly a fair fight. Sorry, Nessa, but you're gonna have to move out of the way to the top, because next up we're fighting me in our fighting time. And in this fight, I pretty much decided to bring the weakest guys in the squad, because I was getting down a high level, and this thing can only miss with bounce anyway. I do miss with Will-O-Wisp the first turn, so I can do kind of a lot of damage from the first one. I do, however, have the leftovers, which is going to be super helpful if we get hit by a crit bounce here, but I go for a Willow to front end, which means it's going to be very little damage, and if it turns in between while it's in the air, I decide to go for Dragon Dance to get to +6. However, on the 6th Dragon Dance, I get hit by a crit bounce, which leaves me at 18 HP. That's pretty scary, but the next turn, we can just put Broadcast on boost over to What the Heck. And What the Heck is probably exactly what B said when she got destroyed by this thing. I mean, what strike is on even supposed to be? Whatever it is, it's pretty disturbing at the least. But once we beat B, we leveled up during the fight and started out with Games in a Wall, Escape-less Wireless, which doesn't hold until 64, and it's pretty much neutral, so we're going to go and restore the field. But this time,
Carry on.
Yes. Give them their last words. As we commend your souls to Aquarius, blessings of the 8 divines and
Let's hear
However, it's really not the end of the world.
Nice figures like that. You're missing.
Next,
To the blood poisoner.
Oh, that's what I thought. See, we're going to get a resistant staff liquidation on this thing. It's resistant opiate, and it just barely leaves it alive in the red, and we get absolutely destroyed by the Discovery Dynamax.
what in the seriousness is that? Entry, what do you see?
See my board like that. Oh, work with the specialist, and then the first one brought the skills, but then it works for another. Charizard outspeeds the rest of our team, and I said to Dragon Ball because I thought this thing had 100 Dynamax left, but of course it used a lower score. And because of Max Airstream, of course it outspeeds us and destroys Dragon Ball, which means we only have one Pokemon. Single craziest way I've ever ended a Nuzlocke. It's also how I beat a Pokemon Sword of Hardcore Nuzlocke using mostly Dragon types. And I'm gonna be honest, I thought I was gonna off the enemy. you're not subscribed to this also, big thanks to Fly Guy. Let's get started. It's not a big fan of people. What exactly are we doing? And why does one more the wild? We are into the wild.
What is your hearing?
However, we were actually more likely to get Dustle and watch how it ruins, so I'll leave what I can get. The first Dark-type related commanders have to face our Team Yell over another note. And even though these guys have exclusively Dark types on their team, it's so early game that most of them don't even have a Dark in their moveset. On top of that, acquiring this asshole TPR in a wild area makes them easy pickings. Moving on to Route 4, we can find our first non-wild area ghost type, which happens to be Pumpkin. Hello, guys, one of the previous Pokemon episodes that I happen to make Monaco, and its next entry kind of suggests otherwise. Excuse me, what? This thing's gonna be pretty useless since it can't get all. So as we pick on Milo, despite only having Pokemon, Ghastly is kind of a perfect hammer. You see, both Milo's Eldegoss and his Gossip perfect, simply because it's one shot by a Sludge Bomb that is half doable like grass type moves. Obviously, this thing don't even affect Ghost, and since Ghastly comes up Why did you spend such a big on kids? Funny enough, I said that Shinicho was not that great. Unless you're in a scenario like this, when we have to face conflict with the holder. Most three Pokemon don't have this sounds incredibly broken, but the game developers actually know it's not balanced. That's not exactly. Let's talk
I've seen it said.
has on a speed of 74, and my Ghastly is a minus speed. Make sure
something in this cage.
minus 10%. Therefore, I needed some EVs to make my strategy.
You gotta go over some picks.
So I ended up with
I need that gold. Let's bring it up.
always for as many speed as possible. But the one who is patient spends their life waiting for a lot of stuff. In this case, it definitely paid off. You see, to beat Dreadnought, we're going to some pretty specific setup. Gold Beans want to get into with water pulses is the most powerful to begin with, but since I've set up Palm Mines, I can get special adapters along with special defenses to make the water pulses less damage for a single turn. The Palm Mines along with leftovers make it very easy to just set up 6 against this thing, and I didn't even get confused in the process. However, the goal did go for a couple of agility. So to outspeed Ghastly after we switch into the Taunt Pass. This is going to be Ghastly before we get to take it out with Energy Ball, which is very confusing, and of course that's exactly what happens. This could kill the entire run. There's an extra chance, but I came prepared for this exact scenario. Don't for hypnosis, which I have to use. This here is actually not that bad, since it just lets us try and go for hypnosis with next turn, which I do connect with through confusion and bad accuracy. The turn afterwards is only serious. After that, the golden state cuts again as I snap out of confusion, going for hypnosis again. Once I've snapped out of confusion, which leaves us with only got an extra now, but since we outspeed it, we got an expert belt, one effective energy ball, it is going to grant us the second badge. And if you mess up,
Here's a wait till 020 arrives.
Wait till you kill my dragon!
That's exactly what Ford is doing for you. Now, custom order your 2025 so I'm going to set up as much as I want, getting plus 6 on. I also set up my defense with plus 3.
Another way.
Much like Ninetales, Arcanine only has fire and limit items except for the addition of a fight, which doesn't do that much damage, but it manages to get flinched. The next turn, it of course goes to fight again, and gets another fight. Another fight is dealt with this. After which I very close on the road one side, and still got to talk about the battle ball. I was totally optimistic. I got so pleased that only next one was in the front side. Heck, I was pretty good on the house.
Doesn't go away. Guess we better try this one.
I made it 2 HP from that. One of my is a lacking 65, but it does lower my special attack. And at this point, all I can do is play the shot ball and take it out, and it reasonable must be 1C or HP, and then it goes from that one of my taking out, getting this on first step to 1. Funny enough, this gets Monica the spotlight. We have an I'm not going to forget that. However, people like the eyes on Earth will want to think about the next day. Speaking of which, if you would like to feel safe all the time over out on the web, you can check out this video's sponsors, Surcharge VPN. A VPN is a great way to keep your online identity safe as you're browsing by encrypting the connected to your device and the internet. And aside from keeping your personal information out of the hands of these companies and cyber criminals, it's also a great way to buy them. So to get your own account and stay safe out there, and to help out with this time I go and find a snow run which happens to be female. I gave her a bundle, and after picking up the Dawnstone in the wild area, this is all for keeping it lost lives. You guys ever think about our roads with all the trouble to stay incognito, did not be spotted in public, yet he forgets to put on pants? I like the end with the 6 weeks. outside are in the snow outside, we can find ourselves in a dusk stone, so after evolving into a dove leg, I can immediately turn it into an Aegis Slash. And with that, we can not only challenge me, we can utterly annihilate her and her reputation since she uses fighting types. Because her Hitmon's off only has fighting attack, and fighting means they can't hit Aegis Slash at all fighting, which means we can set up the both +6 attack and +6 speed, which still stands at a top.
There he goes.
Once that's done,
Looks like he's going for good.
one-shotting every single one of these fighting attacks. I have to win this for this
Morning period soon enough.
Heading off those bound what I have to run. Backtrack and pick up the crack spot.
It's probably best that we split up.
Now look, the fight is fairly more expensive. Since leaving only has a not very effective barrier to hit Aegis Slash with, since it's immune to both tackle and sludge, we can incredibly really just set up the +6 attack and speed again using full chance of an online.
You know, this is what will help join the fight in free Skyrim.
Once that's done, a single step for the face on the entire head is up and force enough to take out every single low. However, letting go of Trevenant has confused Ray. And so for this fight, I had to get a bit creative, starting off by taking out the Trevenant with a Shadow Ball in one shot. And this will not only impress the simple mind of Hawk, but also bait out the Bolton. And my best strategy to be able to beat this thing was luck. 70% of luck specifically, because after surviving on 1 HP with a Focus Sash, I go ahead and use Hypnosis, which I thankfully connect with, putting the Bolton to sleep. The next turn, I go for a Sludge Bomb, figuring I can probably take it out in one hit, but of course it leaves it with like 1 HP, which means that I have to risk it waking up the next turn, but it very fortunately doesn't, so we can take it out. Next up is Inteleon, which could easily go for any of its moves since all of them see the kill, so I go ahead and swap into Monaco just in case it goes for Slice Shot, but I realize right here that it's probably just wiser to swap with this ridiculous is the only thing to get is Thunder Punch, which is very easy to play around. And I think that ought to take some time, because while I can dodge all the Thunder Punches by going for
Never ever understood how this is forever,
but in the end,
yes, you get used to it.
a Fire Lash or a Whip. So I have to swap out here and I go, Gemini was supposed to get hit by a Fire Lash, and I think no lowest defense. Having left over here, it can increase our survivability. The fact that the shield is not broken, because it protects us and never going to attack. To get rid of the defense drop, I now have to swap. So I go to Okie so I'll never stop with fire, but I kind of forgot to start it. I once again swap out the Gemini, which means I can then go for another shield with low rate point attack once again. But if I don't get this point, it's never too late to take charge of your own fate. Gemini, as my multi gets swapped in again and lowered to minus defense with good armor, I realize I'm probably going to have to let it go, so I just decide to stay in, and Slice Shot just ever so slightly over half as I get hit by another Violash, which I somehow managed to survive on 10 HP. This means I don't actually have to decide, okay, with another Slice Shot, it's enough to pick up this 4, which means we only have to deal with Violash. And
This is the story of America. We're ahead in news that hell that we should provide. Run into any of yours. Let me do the talking.
He is helping people in British Columbia take action on cleaner water.
The next actual gym fight we have to face is against Cordy and its rock types. And I remember saying earlier that Puskaboo was going to be useless, but it's already proved itself versus Kabu, and with the Eviolite item and resisting everything on this Barbaricle's moveset, I'm pretty confident I can just take it out with a Seed Bomb, which is especially true after it goes for Shell Smash, lowering its defenses. Next is Shuckle, which is really annoying to deal with, but inflicting it with Burn and Leech Seed is at least going to chip away at its health every single turn. Since it only has resisted moves and a pitiful attack stat, I can just stall it out and eventually it goes down, which sends in Stonejourner. It immediately sets up Wonder Room, swapping our defenses as I take the chance to go for Will-O-Wisp, burning it since it only has Rock-type moves. I'm honestly not very concerned with the damage output from this thing in the first place, but you can never be too sure, and it's always best to go the safe route in a nuzlocke. On the switch to Gemini, the Stonejourner goes for a stealth rock, which is fine since I don't intend on doing any switching. This will let me get the +6 with sword chance, however, because the block things are lowering my speed, I do have to set up a autonomize just to get back to neutral speed. Once that was done, all we have to do is click Sacred Swords, taking out the Stonejourner and even the Colossal as well. It's granting us the 6 gym badge. Now, there is another hot fight right after this, but for whatever reason, he ditches his strong jaw bolt in here, so it's not really a big deal this time around. Reaching Route 9, we can finally get ourselves another encounter, and a great one at that, a Jellison. I name him Skeleton and start making my way towards Spikeman, and that of course means that we have to take on Here's the Dark-type Master. For many reasons, this fight was going to be tricky, but Scrafty was definitely not one of them, since I could just easily take it out with a quad-effective Dazzling Gleam from Onion. When thinking about how to deal with Malamar, at first I wanted to use Aegis Slash to lower its attack until I realized that it has Contrary, which wouldn't do me much good. After burning it and getting hit by a Night Slash, I swap out of Onion into Skeleton, and I get very lucky on the switch as it goes for a Psycho Cut, which would have been super effective against Onion's Poison type. And right here we got to that special point of the run where my most optimal strategy was stall. I realized that even if this Malamar got a critical hit, I'd be able to recover most of it back. All I had to do now was use Recover until the burn damage put it in a range where I figured I could take it out with a single skull. However, I kind of blew a plug here in the early skull and it's not going to sell the burn. I don't have to use it to get five of those features, but as I go for night class, I need to get out of the burn. This would be a pretty awesome spot for the option. I don't have to
What's happened? And who's this? One of your comrades?
Not a comrade yet. I owe her my life. Is there somewhere we can talk? First, tell me who's helping me to
Again? Has something happened? Here in a minute. Just come here.
Raylo, what are you doing here? Right down.
This is no time for your games. When wants to sound early, find the CNE and soldiers.
Almost to go. Long before you got going out of That's
right. Don't worry, I'm ready. I'm
Imperials ambushed us outside the garden process. Like they knew exactly where we were. That was 2 days ago. Stopped the hill this morning. Had us lined up with heads with flock and ready to start chopping. They prepare the ultimate prayer. Please, for fighting for your own people. All of Skyrim seems to be dead. No. Dragon. I was there. Strange as it sounds. He'd be dead if not dead. Usually managed to slip away. Make it happen.
Nobody has listened to South as far as
maybe we can lay everything. I hate to put the family in here.
Nonsense. You and Linda are welcome to stay here as long as you need. Let me worry about the Imperial. Anything that helps defend the land. You stick to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know.
All year. It starts out by setting up an operate as I said it's skeleton. And while skeleton has water absorbed dodge people,
There is something you can do. For all of us. The Yarn needs to know there's a dragon around. Even if it's defenseless. We need to get word to your guardian for White to send whatever he can. If you do that, I'll be in your way. They ought to get back to work for Miss, but if anyone else is feel free.
I let them in the house. Show them where everything is.
And then Good luck, brother. I'll see you later.
Don't worry about it.
Figured I might as well try my hand at being off here anymore. You actually end up feeling like half of this my living health, which is insane. And even though I can keep this my living out on this full reason I wanted to call it out was summer is because I wanted to set up against this thing and prepare for protection. So I pulled back into skeleton and make sure the skeleton plus big defensive passive armor before taking out the last with a combination of skulls and pieces. Finally having dealt with that big blow, because actual fire solely does have a super effective move against us if you block it, but because of our plus 6 defense, we need to retain the threshold. And that was damage to fire skull. So even though there's a track, it's just going to delay the inevitable. I really had more flashbacks from fighting Hickey as a kid. I keep playing the game. I'm standing that damage to take out those arenas. Taking on my high school Pokemon left, the first initial setting is Slazzle. This Slazzle will work with the gas heater in my brain. I can get skeleton necessary. However, I'm not completely using that damage to pick up the Slazzle in one hit. This understanding means that it's going to get on the second and use the gas heater to focus me out of the skull. One very important thing to do about the gas heater is to almost lose it on oxygen, which doesn't make sense. So as we go through the weeks, the proof dynamic comes from back quickly. And I don't want to recover and get back to your health. The second grab dynamic is another match that I retaliated with a skull just to try to
what's it like? As big as a house?
The final turn of Dynamax, it does set up the +3 shoot. It starts to lay over
Get mad.
I finally pick up the door with a combination of skull and burn damage. And because it's stalling out that much, it's probably the longest fight I've ever had to do Pokemon, and thinking about it honestly makes my tail hurt.
I said no. No adventures, no reactions, no deep chasing.
What are you going to do now? Let's hear it.
Oh, that's
kick down below healthy Thunderbolt second in the very speed up. This thing has an incredibly fast base, 136 base speed, which I can only outspeed with the Tool Scarf, but since its defense is so poor, I can easily just take it out with a Thunderbolt. Nessa then sets back in her Golisopon, which gets dealt with by a Thunderbolt as well. Our next Pokemon is Sinking, but since it doesn't have any moves and it ninja super effectively, I can really just swap it in and take it out with a few X-Scissors. Second to last is Pelipper, which sets up the frame with its Squizzle ability, and since it could just take us out with an Air Slash, I do have to swap out here and go into Skeleton. And since Jellison's special defense is absolutely amazing, Air Slash doesn't do too much at about 20%, as I can start getting the Pelipper with Skull. However, as I go for a second Skull the next turn, the Pelipper throws a wrench in my plan by going for Tailwind. This means that for the next few turns, Nessa's just going to have boosted speed, so I decide to stay in Skeleton just to wait for it. Going to recover from my health. And here I was really hoping for a
We still have plenty to sell. We're only offering one thing. Solid gold shaped like Dragon's Claw.
This does mean that the Pelipper will outspeed me the next turn. No range.
Got some point you can from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back.
Out as she says, red on the shell as a face This means that my chandelier
Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
Fine. But only to the edge of town.
Having defeated Nessa, we have 2 more cheerleader matches ahead of us, so I decided to event Sid into the Black Club. And here's the thing about me, if she was easy with last time we faced her, it's even easier now.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain's just over the village.
I can really just set up a dragon dance.
Those bees come back.
+6 attack and +6 speed, which was possibly the most broken setup in all Pokemon. From there, since Zim wasn't holding an item, a +6 acrobatics was enough to take out
Everybody always goes. And we have plenty of things in the shop that are worth just as much coin. Looking found the club about a year after he goes to the store. Why are you still wearing that? Is it tricky?
I send in a rental, but the Flygon just sets up Sandstorm, so Tryhawk loves changing weapons. And if they take out this Flygon, this is the start ice from Bundle. This is the bridge out of
town. The path of the mountain to the northwest leads to Falls Barrow. I guess I should get back to my brother. Control it again if I take too long. I'm such a child.
Together with the Sandstorm damage from the previous turn, it was enough to take out the Ferdinand. This is the final Pokemon before the Ralladon, so expecting the water type here, I go ahead and swap out the Sin, but the Lugia just ends up setting up the Ring again. I then go for a French Strike, which does about half the damage. And then you see the Ring, but water, which still doesn't do that much damage since I resisted it. So you take out the next turn with another Break Strike. Then it comes the big back to Ralladon, and unfortunately it suffers from the same flaws as the previous time we fought it, which is that it indicates Gemini was ineffective on effective tools. For that reason, Gemini can tank everything that Mr. Ralladon has to throw at it, and then just retaliate with a few Iron Heads, picking it out and sealing it to the dealer. Does it piss anyone else off? You can't call flying catching to this area this one way. Yeah, when you got the Hawkins is a problem. And it's first the champion's brother, huh? Like, I'm giving a stock model. Give me a break here. Get shot into too much stuff. Dance again. Everybody be right aware. realized okay, I need to focus on my hybrid strategy to keep up with this, but it's kind of like a different way. Yeah, the Flash doesn't have any great matchups in this fight, but I think there's good reasons I could. That while either Sin is only relative to such flash on and of course it's a good favorite extra. Yeah, since she's such a speed. And so with the preparations out of the way, it's time to take on the final challenge of the run versus Canyon Leon. He always starts out the fight with a Aegis Flash of his own, so I go ahead and send in Rapunzel. Expecting either a Flash Cannon or a Downfall, I will just to take the Aegis Flash into the half. Now I was the best person on this game, the perfect opportunity for a Shadow Ball, which of course takes it out in one shot. This takes out the counts to the race, and obviously I can't say it here, so I go ahead and swap out. Fire off its release faster, taking it out with the Dragon Gun. Then it's a side method which falls sweet. Expecting to get hit by an earthquake or something, I go ahead and form a Monaco and take prospect on the switch. After that, the side method with a now very effective earthquake barely does 20% of my health. I then take the time to set up and like this forgetting his entire definitely begin by toxic. Dumbest play of all time on the Amateur Hill. I must admit it was going to be a super useful team member this run, but it ended up falling work hard. I then sent it to a front goal and went ice team, hoping that it would be enough to take out the side of the nose, but it wasn't quite enough and it was constant. We got that really well forward score as another ice team does about a third of its health. After we see that it is an ice team, takes it down to red and side of the nose. However, just to take out the side of the same, it is only skills charge on. And there's not much in the knockout process, but it does take one charge like Dynamax. I just said it's going to 37 HP, which is going to get absolutely destroyed by a max overgrowth. Finally, I decided to send in Sin, the outspeeding over Phantom Force, which does mean that we can dodge the final Dynamax turn. Then after Charizard takes some sandstorm damage, it returns to its normal form. It seems that Sin is Charizard all the time. And it's not quite enough to take it out. Those matches Charizard and not even a full stop to take out Charizard. However, this means we can send in whoever can the run Monaco and finish off the Charizard with a Shadow Team. Which means that in the end, I become Pokemon Sword Hardcore Nuzlocke using the gold stuff. You're really not young for but it kind of fell off towards the end every year. Anyway, let's go first the next game and count to 12 and I can see you the next time. Have a good one. Now we're going to be the skin going to be the channel. Standard Nuzlocke rules include that any Pokemon on the base must be permanently blocked, and you can only catch the very first Pokemon you find in any area. And in this case, you only get to catch the first dark type. And as for the hardcore rules, battle mode must be put on set mode, and no items can be used in battle except for health items. And you're not allowed to overlevel the next gym leader's highest level Pokemon before entering the battle. We'll also be adding the additional rule that we're not allowed to Dynamax, which I may come to regret down the line. Anyway, here are the dark type encounters we can get in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and as you can see, we got a pretty awesome roster to choose from. And with the Isle of Armor Guild team, we also have access to Sharpedo and Zoroark. However, since I'm playing Sword, we don't get access to the Shield exclusive Pokemon Mandiva, Sableye, and Tyranitar. And with all that out of the way, we can start our adventure. Ah, yes, the Galar region, inspired by the marvelous Graven. Now hold on a minute, now that makes me look like an absolute bandit. And speaking of people looking weird, here's our champion Leon, who dresses the way I would have liked to when I was 7. I'm with this guy in the crowd, like, what are you wearing, Leon? Anyway, Leon's not that bad, though, because he lets us use our starter Pokemon, none of which he's going to turn into a dark type, so I just make the most basic decision. We can then go to Route 1 and find our real first encounter, a Nickit. I got her to name her Bristol, and it turns out she has a brave nature, which is plus attack minus speed. And after acquiring some new hipster-driven wedge shirts, we can move on to Route 2 and find our second encounter, a Seedot. Now, Seedot uses the dark type as Dog Bolts into Nuzleaf, so we're going to have to bench it on the team for now. It ends up having a quiet nature, which is plus special attack and minus speed, so pretty garbo. And it's at this point we have to take on our first somewhat difficult battle against Hop, and it's not looking good. Nickit is a Pokemon that has a base of 28 in both attack and defense. To put that into perspective, everybody makes fun of Onix for being garbage, and it has 45 attack. So this being the case, I'm obviously pretty worried for this battle, but at least I have to move Hope Buzz to increase my attack power a bit. And I decided to go for 3 Hope Buzz, which is pretty risky since Top has 3 Pokemon at this point. On top of that, he's not exactly making it easy for me, and it is well to lower my attack back down, but the attacks at least takes care of the wound. Next up is this Sawble, and as I go for a quick attack, I find out that it's going to take 3 hits to take him out. Now, unfortunately, Hop wants to show off his new move, Water Gun, which is great since my special defense is a lot better than my defense. However, I'm getting to be very low health, and he goes for Growl the next turn, which means Quick Attack turns into a 4-hit KO. And while someone throws by going for Growl and taking me down to my neutral attack stat, I still have to contend with Rookie for that. So now that I'm sitting at 9 health, I've pretty much accepted defeat, and I'm going to have to do the run all over again. And after I see that I actually do fairly decent damage with Quick Attack, he takes me down to 5 HP to attack. And the next turn, he goes for Leader, which means that another fighter is going to take me down. So with a heavy heart, I hit the reset. Hold on a minute, did Rookie just throw? I guess I just won the first battle against Hop. I thought I was going to have to try this battle closer to the level cap, but we pulled through, and this means that Hop and I are going to the wild area. Now in the wild area, I treat every sub-area as its own section where we can catch a new Pokemon. And so this means we can get our second usable team member, a Purloin that I named Norwich. He ends up having a hazy nature, which is actually okay for Purloin. I also run into a Pancham, which I catch and hypnotic him and put on the sidelines until he evolves into a dark type. Over in one of the corners of the wild area, we find one of the most useful items, the weapon. And I'm going to switch to the which is going to be which were otherwise very weak. So I can start to Liverpool and move on to Modesto. Here we get a better wardrobe a little bit and receive the Miracle Seed from Leader to boost Seedot's power. We're also very rudely interrupted by Hop as we try to approach Ball Guy. You don't disrespect my guy like that. We also have to join the gym challenge and with that choose a trainer number. Nice. Now the great thing about Sword and Shield is that we have so many encounters before the first gym. And so on my way to Turffield, I catch myself with Zigzagoon that I named Chester, and then I head over to the Isle of Armor where I run into a Fortress that I named Derby. Now while catching Derby, Seedot reaches level 14 through the experience share, so we now have Nuzleaf on the team. Say hello to Sleep. And speaking of Nuzleaf, I find a Leech Stone in the Isle of Armor, which I decide to hold off on using for a while. I also end up running into Monster the AK and Glasgow the Pawn here. And right before taking on the first gym, we run into the annoying trainer feed, and his psychic types go down just the way you'd expect them to. Maybe we should use cherry types instead, dog. I also remember to pick up the extra belt outside the fight dojo, and now it's finally time to take on our first gym challenge. For this one, I decided to lead with Glasgow, and I have one simple strategy. Expert Belt Fury Cutter. If you didn't know, Fury Cutter is a bug type move that powers up every time you use it consecutively. The catch is that its accuracy is kind of iffy. Now this is only the first gym, but we get to see the Dynamax phenomenon, which I've way underestimated for this challenge. Luckily for us though, Steel resists grass, and we can go for a Fury Cutter that doesn't quite take out Eldegoss. The next turn we're introduced to Dynamax moves, and luckily for me, this time we're eased into it, and I don't take that much damage from Max Overgrowth, and I can take out Eldegoss on our next Fury Cutter to gain the first gym badge. Milo never actually stood a chance against Ponyard, and after the gym battle, Chester evolves into Galarian Minute. And at this point, this actually ends up being a huge power-up boost for the team. And we're going to need that power-up boost, because very shortly after facing Milo, we're going to have to go up against the water-type gym leader, Nessa. And I mean, just look at this girl. She's got ear tubes on her sneakers. I do indeed like women with ample flotation devices. Anyway, Nessa starts off the battle by sending in her Goldeen, and so this is Lee's time to shine. And after a fake out on a Razor Leaf for Goldeen is ancient history. Her second Pokemon is Aerocuda, which is really fast and ends up getting a flinch on the first turn, but her second fight isn't as lucky, and it too goes down to a Razor Leaf. It's then finally time for Nessa's ace Pokemon, Dynamax Dreadnought. Now, I really don't want to switch anything into Dynamax moves from this thing, so I decided to stay in for one turn and hopefully live a max strike, and I actually do run very low HP in the red. I end up doing a substantial amount of damage with Razor Leaf, but the next turn we have to switch out. So I send in my tankiest Pokemon at the moment, which ends up being Chester, who actually tanks the max strike pretty well. Now, another one is going to knock us out, but luckily before the battle, I equipped Chester with a Citrus Berry, which heals up just enough so that we can take another max strike. And after doing just that and taking another max strike the next turn, I retaliate with pretty pitiful damage with a Night Flash. At this point, at least Dreadnought's Dynamax turns are over, but both my speed